Alright, let's solve this together. It says x multiplied by x multiplied by x minus x multiplied by x is equal to 100. We're going to solve for x in this question, alright? Now the first thing we can do here is to say that this can be written as x times x is x raised to the power 3 minus x times x is x squared to be equal to 100. Alright? Now, we can factor out x, so this is x into x squared minus, we can say x squared now into x minus 1 is equal to 100. Now, let's outline the multiples of 100. Multiple of 100, let's start from 2. This is 2 times 50. We have the next one, which is around 4 times 25. We have 5. So we have 5 times 20. And we have 10 by 10. Okay? So these are the multiples of 100. Now we'll check which one can we substitute x for here to get 100. So we ask ourselves which of these multiples can we substitute x for here to get our answer. Now let's look at this thing closely. If we say, for example, that x is, x is, because if you look here, this should be less than this, okay? So let's say that x minus 1 now is 2, meaning that x is 3. So whatever x is, if you square it, you should be getting the second multiple, right? So if this is 2, 2 minus 2, x minus 1 is equal to 2. That means x is 3. 3 squared is 9, which is not equal to 50. Okay? Let's do that for 4. 4, this is 5. Okay? This is 5. That's x minus 1 is equal to 4, meaning that this is x is 5. 5 squared is 25. 25 times what you have here is 5 minus 1, which is 4. That is 100. Alright? So it means that our answer for x here, one answer, is that x is equal to 5. Alright? I don't know if that makes sense to you. Because we said x minus 1 is equal to the smaller multiple, which is 4. Meaning that x is equal to 5. If we square 5, we arrive at the second multiple. So this is correct. Meaning that x is 5. Alright? So let's check for the next multiple. This is 5 again. 5, this will now become 6, alright? 6 squared is 36, which is not equal to 20. For 10, this is 11. 11 squared is 121, which is not equal to 10. And the only answer we've gotten so far is that x is equal to 5. Now let me rewrite this equation and show you something. So we have x cubed minus x squared is equal to 100. And we see so far that x is equal to 5. We can rewrite this as x cubed minus x squared minus or plus 0x minus 100 is equal to 0. Alright, this is the same thing, just that included 0x, okay? Because there's something in 0, we're in descending order. For the other one, we have that our first answer or first factor for x is 5, meaning that x minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay? Just to make it be in the same form of the equation, isn't it? Now, what do you know about factors or multiples? You know that when we divide, okay, let's say for example 100 that we have here. If we divide 100 by 5, we should get 20. And if you divide 20 by 100, if you divide 100 by 20, you should get 5. This means that when you divide a number by its factor, you should get the other factor, or say multiple, right? So it means if we divide this number by x minus 5, we should arrive at the two other answers for this equation. Okay, so let's do that now. Let's move on from here. Dividing this equation, or dividing this expression by x minus 5, we have x into x cubed is x squared. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 5 is minus 5x squared. When we subtract this, minus x squared minus 5x squared is 5x squared minus x squared, which is 4x squared plus 0x. Dividing this by 4x squared, we have plus 4x. Multiplying, we have 4x squared minus, okay, this is 4 times 5 is 20x. When we subtract, we have that this is 0 and this is positive 20x. We can break down this minus 100 from here, so that this becomes 20x minus 100. Dividing, we have plus 20x, or 20 now, not the x. 20 times x is 20x. 20 times minus 5 is minus 100. And this gives us 0. Okay? So that we have that x minus 5 will multiply x squared plus 4x squared, 4x plus 20 to be equal to this. And what is this equal to? 0. I don't think that's making sense. Okay, remember that this is not the 0 we're talking about, this is the remainder of this division. The 0 we're talking about is the 0 this equation was equal to. Alright? Now, again, let's use our IQ to denote this. When you have two numbers multiplying to give you 0, say I have 6 times 0. Okay, so let me just write out some number that multiplies to give us 0. And you know 0 times 6 also give us 0. Let's say 5 times 0, and we have 0 times 5. Let's say 4 times 0, and we have 0 times 4. Alright? Just for example's sake. Now, looking at this now, you can see there's a pattern here. For two numbers to multiply to give us 0, is either the first one is equal to 0, or the second one is equal to 0. This is still the same. These are still the same set of numbers. But like we're trying to say that is either this first number here will be equal to 0, so this will multiply to give us 0. Even though this is 5 million, 10 million, this number is 5 million or 10 million. If you multiply 5 million or 10 million by 0, you should get 0. I don't know if that makes sense. Or similarly, you can also multiply. This is the one that's now equal to 5 million, and this is 0. If you multiply 5 million again here by 0, you should still get 0. Also, if you multiply 0 times 0, you will get 0. Those are the only three conditions that we have that we can give us 0 when we are solving something like this. Alright? Now, having that in mind now, we can now go back and say that for these to multiply to give us 0, it's either that, so from here it's either that x minus 5 is equal to 0, or this man here equals 0. Alright? Now, x minus 5 being equal to 0 means that x is equal to 5. And we already had that from the beginning. Now, we are going to solve this quadratic equation that says x squared plus 4x plus 20 equals 0. Alright? We'll solve it to get the remaining two answers for x. Alright? And that will be the end of our journey in this question. Now, moving on from here. Okay, let's look at this closely now together. This equation is a quadratic equation. We cannot factorize this, but however, we can use the quadratic formula. What does the quadratic formula state? It states that when we have x here, it will be equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, don't freak out. Okay, this all essence are simple. A here is the coefficient of this. Okay, b here is the coefficient of this, and c is the coefficient of this, or the constant term. You can just call it like that. So our x here should be equal to, we say b is the coefficient of this, so we have minus, the coefficient of this is 4, plus or minus square root of, this is 4 squared, which is 16, minus 4 times 1 times 20 is 80, or minus 80, divided by 2 times 1, which is 2. This is equal to minus 4 plus or minus root of 16 minus 80 is negative 64. Okay, so this is negative 64 divided by 2, which is equal to minus 4 plus or minus. When you have root of a negative number, it's I times root of the positive number of that number. So the root of the positive number of this number is what? Root of 64 multiplied by I. Okay, I simply means root of negative 1. Okay, so I that we'll be using here is equal to root of minus 1. Alright, so we can say that this is now root of 64 is 8 multiplied by I divided by 2. Okay, this is now equal to 4 divided by 2 is 2 plus or minus 8 divided by 2 is 4i. Alright, this is x. Now it means that our x, so we can say that our x2 is equal to negative 2 plus 4i, and our x3 is equal to negative 2 minus 4i, whilst our x1 was equal to what? 5. Okay, so these are the three answers for x in this equation. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video.
What's going on, guys? It's Fortune here editing this video. As you can see, about 99% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so please subscribe, like, comment, and share my videos, as this helps to push my videos out to more viewers out there. The more you subscribe, the more viewers can see my videos, the more we grow in this community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.